Right, well that's it started up.
Right.
Engine running, as it were. An important point is I can see very clearly on the dash here that I have a 93-mile range. So that gives me the comfort to get going straight away. I pop it into reverse. It's a totally automatic gearbox. There's just a forward and reverse, so there are no gears. It's continual change in the in the gearing. So I don't have to do anything other than do forward or reverse. It's very quiet, very smooth. The batteries are underneath the seats, built into the floor plan of the car, and it's been designed that way to give it that stability, that feeling of being very low and solid on the road. But it has the feeling of a luxury car. It drives more like a Lexus, is probably the best way I can describe it. Very quiet, very smooth, and very solid. The suspension's very soft. It's very, very balanced. So it feels like a much bigger car than it really is. All the time this is telling me how much power I'm putting on. It's constantly showing me the range on the right hand side, and it's also telling me how far I've got to go in time until I need to go and recharge. I mean, you'd comfortably get 5 adults. It's not a small car. It's probably about the same size as the Ford Focus. There are, you see.
It's long enough.
You really feel it's got plenty of poke there. So, people worry about, well, will I be able to overtake in it? Will it have enough acceleration? And I think, they're really surprised by how pleasant it is to drive. The other thing, of course, as you'd expect, is it is packed with specification. So satellite navigation comes as a standard. When you get your card that gives you access to the charging points around the northeast, that same card allows you to update the sat-nav system with all of the charging points around the northeast, so the car is constantly giving you a range on here as to how far you've got to go until your next charging point. The car and the sat-nav are telling you all the time how far you've got to go and where the next charging points are, and also whether those charging points are free.
Right.
It's clever enough to know if somebody's already hooked up to the charging point. Most of the charging points are in very good public access areas, like prime parking positions or prime car parks in town, and the parking is free. So you can imagine the benefit of being able to pull into a city centre car park, get the prime slot, and not have to pay for it. And on a Saturday or something, that could be really quite expensive. I mean, some of these car parks are £2 an hour. Very alert to the fact that people won't hear this car coming in the same way that they would listen for an engine sound. But other than that, then you don't have to adapt your driving style much at all. If anything, you just have to be a little less heavy on the throttle because it's quicker from pickup than you expect of most cars. So this is the card that comes with the car, and this gives you access to all of the charging points like this one around the northeast, and all that you do is simply swipe this to unlock the flap, and then you'll see that there is a straightforward 3-pin socket that the cable that comes with the car plugs directly into. A full charge on one of these would be about 8 hours. Most people, I guess, will have at least half the range left on the car, and then this locks back down again for security so that people can't fiddle with it.